Hello, and welcome to Tales from the Backlog. I am Steve Boshear, and I will not be your game master for this evening. Let's get a round of real people introductions. We'll go clockwise from me. How about that?
So starting with me, I'm Jason. Am I doing my character introduction here, or just me?
Let's just do you. We'll do character introductions after I introduce the game.
I'm Jason.
Yeah.
Cody.
Matt.
And Steve said that earlier. Well, so as you can see by the empty square next to Jason's head, we are playing Wanderhome. This is a game none of us have played before. I believe Jason supported it on Kickstarter. It is very interesting, although to three of us, it is chock full of new concepts. So, Jason, have you played this type of game before, this type of system?
No.
Okay, because this no dice, no masters system is apparently a thing that other games are based on, and I have not heard of it until this week. Brethren Oakleaf, thank you for coming. Before we get into what the game is and what our characters are, let me just get the announcements out of the way. If you don't watch this stream, we are here every Monday night at 8:30 Pacific time, and we try out new game systems almost every week. If we're not on a new game every week, then it's going to be a short adventure. Like we did 3 sessions of Blades in the Dark. We've done 1 session of Honey Heist, 1 session of Beautiful Space Pirates, 1 session of Hyper-Tellurians, and this will be a 1-session game tonight. On Friday nights, also at 8:30 Pacific time, we have an ongoing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition stream called Shadows of Arconia, from which the channel gets its name. And that's going to be on episode 66 this week. My characters are level 11 there. I DM for that one. So I guess I'm giving them a level about every 10 episodes? No, about every 6 episodes. I can math. So if anybody hears Alan complaining about not getting levels fast enough, remind him that I've given him a level about every 6 episodes. That's that. Jason, you have been familiar with it for the longest. Why don't you introduce the game for us?
Yeah, so this is Wanderhome. It's a kind of pastoral, improv-heavy RPG. We're playing from I'm probably mispronouncing this, but the itch.io.
IO, I think.
IO? Okay. I was mispronouncing it. Player kit, and yeah, it's just we're playing as kind of anthropomorphic animals in a post-war fantasy setting. Yeah, and we're just going to kind of journey and hang out and check some stuff out, and hopefully it will be cool.
Yeah. So we have you have no idea how much Matt and Cody and I have been stressing over the fact that we are not supposed to do violence to other creatures in this game. And yes. I don't consider myself a violent person in real life, but after 65 episodes of D&D, I'm having a little bit of gear grinding in my brain. But we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right.
Also, with my goal of blowing something up on every time I'm on your live stream, no violence is going to be very difficult.
I'm pretty sure you didn't blow up anything in the 3rd episodes of Blades in the Dark.
I blew up that guy's head.
Okay.
It happened.
All right, yeah. Okay.
Bring it down a notch. Just 1 notch.
Just 1 notch. Okay. We are... I guess we're ready to introduce our characters here. So we each choose a playbook, which is oh my gosh. There's vehicles outside. We each choose a playbook, which is basically a character class, character sheet. I have chosen to be a shepherd. My name is Bo, and I am an anthropomorphic ram. I wear a plaid shirt and a woolen cloak and hiking boots, and I carry a long shepherd's crook. My flock is not sheep or cows, but a herd of bumbles, which are giant bugs that do what I tell them, hopefully, unless they're being bad. And yes, I have a few of them that might be mentioned by name tonight, but there is one that I like to ride named Stawn. And imagine Stawn as a large beetle-type creature, big enough for a ram man to ride upon. He's the biggest and strongest of my bumbles, and that's him. Also, for some reason, I always carry around a really big wheel of cheese that I have to deliver to an old friend of mine. So yeah, let's go clockwise again.
Well, cheese sounds really good, so I can understand why you'd carry cheese around. I'm going to be playing a vagabond named C. Cerastes. For those in the know, yes, I am playing a rattlesnake. I'm kind of envisioning this as sort of like if you've seen Kipo in the Wonder Beasts, that kind of rattlesnake. I have a big scarf and a really stylish wide-brimmed hat, and some like kind of horns over my eyes, but that's just because I'm a rattlesnake. And that's me.
All right.
I will be playing Weevil, the Firefly, and I'm wearing patchwork overalls with a big mismatched cloth over my knee. I'm wearing comfortable gloves over my dark raccoonus mittens, and I carry a large box of medical supplies strapped to my back. I have a little firefly. Their name is Evie. And I always carry a bronze ornate lamp at the end of a stick, which I use to house Evie from time to time. I also carry a pack of smokes that have been ruined and will never be lit, because smoking is bad, kids.
True statement. I'll be playing a ragamuffin named Cole. He's an otter. Describing Cole would be looking at an otter that has a cloak that's too small, but does have enough room for my dragon egg that I keep with me all the time. I've got a backwards cap. It's always backwards. If you see it frontwards, you're not looking at me. And I also have a wooden sword. Generally, I just use it to, whack at dandelions and just cause some mischief.
Ragamuffin type things. All right. So, one thing I don't know if we said, but this is a GM-free game. We will all be creating this world together with an equal share in its responsibilities. So, how do we start?
So, the first thing we're going to do is, starting with Steve, ask the person to your right and the person to your left one of those little questions down there.
All right. So, you know what? This is definitely a question for Cole. What made me trust you with my herd?
Well, wait, who's Cole?
Cole is Matt.
I'm Cole.
Oh, sorry.
Cole's Matt.
Okay. Sorry about that.
What made you trust me with your herd?
Yeah, you're a ragamuffin, and yet this happened. Why?
I mean, I am a ragamuffin, but I'm not untrustworthy. I also think that you probably just saw me as relatively harmless, so you didn't see any imminent danger coming from me towards your herd.
Fair enough. And then, see, Cerastes, how did I help bring you back when you felt lost?
Well, oh. Well, I mean, it wasn't that long ago you found me just looking like a pile of dirty laundry on the side of the road. And you took me in with your herd. You trusted me to not try and eat any of your herd. And that really struck a chord with me, that you were willing to trust me that far. And that has helped really give me confidence to keep moving, and maybe I can get something better out of life now.
All right. Well, those are my questions.
So let's do this. I mean, let's just do this clockwise again.
Yeah.
So Weevil. How did we get off on the wrong foot?
Ah, yes. This reminds me of a story of when my great friend Evie was enthralled by the rattling of your tail. And she kept going right on your tail. She kept pecking you like a woodpecker. It was like, and at that point, you snapped and you went, and Evie got super scared and flew all the way back to me and hid back into my lantern. And at that point, we started off on bad terms. But since then, I talked to Evie about boundaries and how to respect personal space. You don't want to push people's buttons, and things have been on the up and up ever since.
No, that's an understandable reason to not be on, the best of starting terms. Bo, you know what? What did I do? No, bleh. No. You know what, Bo? Why do I call you my only friend?
I secretly believe, though I would not say this to you out loud because your business is your business, I secretly believe that you have family somewhere that loves you, but that you do not feel loved by them. And so you left. And you call me your only friend because when you were at your lowest point, I did pick you up and take care of you. And since then, we've made other friends. But they are not ones who have had an opportunity to do for you as I did.
Yeah.
All right. So, Cole, why does Evie like you so much?
Man, why doesn't Evie like me so much? I'm so much fun. We just go on adventures and just try to find mischief wherever we can. I'm probably the one that got her involved with the rattlesnake tail, but I won't take full credit for it.
You ragamuffins, you always causing mischief. How fun. Now, Siestries. Cerastries. What did I show you that you didn't want to see?
You know what? That's actually sadly ties into how we got off on the wrong foot. I mean, I've kind of been around. I've been around a bit, and I've done some stuff. And I like to think that, you know, that I've let a lot of who I was go. And in that moment when I tried to when I snapped at Evie, that was all the worst of me that I like to think was gone, and it's still there. Like just right in my face that I haven't been able to move past who I was.
Phenomenal. I'm sorry to have brought that side out of you.
No, it'll be good drama.
All right. Let's see. I am going to Weevil. What endearing nickname have you given me? Endearing nickname. Endearing.
Endearing. Well, I like to call you Char because you just bring such a spice to life. You're almost like on fire. You're so alive. So you've been charred, even though you're already coal.
That's right. Now I'm charcoal. And Bo, what do I do that just really, really gets on your nerves?
Every time Flip is missing, Flip is my youngest Bumble. Extremely cheerful, always underfoot, but she's missing a lot. And every time she's missing, I find her off somewhere with you, eating a stolen pie from a window, or picking apples from someone's orchard without permission, or tying someone's shoelaces together. You're just always taken off with Flip, and I don't know why. I mean, why can't you just let me have Flip? She gets in enough trouble without your help.
Well, I mean, Flip is easier to get the shoelaces tied together. I just normally do the distraction, so it's a team effort.
Nice.
Ragamuffin.
Excellent. So now we got a better idea of how we know each other and who we are to each other. Essentially, we are starting this off in the land of Haith. I think that's how that's pronounced. It's got that weird A-E mashup letter going on.
I'm down with Haith.
Okay.
Or Heath.
And so we're starting our journey in the month of me. There it is. Going through pages. So we'll begin our journey in the month of Top Tillsoil in the year of Water Lily. And we have just arrived somewhere new, and we need to figure out where we've arrived. So do y'all have that page of natures?
Yep.
Okay.
Page 20, everyone. And thereafter.
Thank you. I have them all printed out so they don't have page numbers on them.
Okay.
So basically, to create our first new place, we're going to pick out 3 natures, and these will serve as the basis for this place we've journeyed to. So yeah, grab a quick look at those, and what kind of place are we going to? Or what kind of place have we just arrived to?
To a verdant.
Well, look under the verdant.
Yeah.
A verdant.
Swamp.
Okay. I like swamps.
I almost went field, but I went swamp.
Nope, you zigged instead of zagged. I like that. I kind of like the idea that this swamp might have a port.
Okay.
If people are maybe into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we
I like
need
the idea of like a heavy fog in our swamp.
Port
Okay,
and
yeah.
a heavy fog.
Yeah. Okay.
wait, where's fog?
It's there.
It's
I
where-
actually don't see port, but there's a port now, so it's okay.
No, so port is under liminal.
Yeah, I see port. Heavy fog is under. I don't know.
Oh, well,
So-
like the fog would be part of the swamp.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's an aesthetic element of the swamp. Okay.
Okay, but we still have one more nature to work with.
So we've got a
So-
liminal nature and a verdant nature.
What kind of comfortable nature can we do for this
Oh.
place?
See, I misunderstood how this was supposed to be going. Okay. So for the audience that doesn't have the playbook in front of them,
Yeah.
what we're going through is we're finding 3 categories: comfort, verdant, and liminal. And we just are going to go to the monastery.
Well, it's not
Yes.
necessarily one of each. It's just
Oh.
these are, just we're working. There are defined keywords for locations, and we will build our locations from those keywords.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I suggested that we take a comfortable one because they seem like all the comfortable natures, all the ones under that category are structures. And we already have, kind of a descriptive of what this place is. It's a swamp. It has a port. But what
But-
else is there about it? And so,
I do like the idea of there being a monastery there
Yeah.
if everything else is okay with that.
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, cool. So,
I'm glad you guys are okay with that, because I blink and the first word my eyes lock
No,
on
that's-
is the one I say.
see, this is exactly what I wanted. Just keep like one foot in front of the other. Let's not worry about it too much. So we've got So this monastery is a place where a community gathers to learn from the past and cultivate answers to the complicated questions of the world. So we've got this place can always describe the rhythm of daily life. It can, well, it's this place can always, but we should choose 2 aesthetic elements for it. So, Weevil, since this was your suggestion, you got any ideas for what that first element should be?
Yes. Underground catacombs. And they got that way because all things sink into a swamp. It was originally
Those are gonna
a
be some-
mausoleum.
Catacombs.
All right.
And I like the idea of a scriptorum as part of our monastery, just so
Okay.
that we have like a history of what came before, and we can kind of learn from the past to develop the future.
Yes.
Nice. I like it.
And
One folklore.
yeah, Bo, got any thoughts on that folklore?
I think we should go with the janitor and the secret lessons he taught.
Do you got any idea what those were?
Yeah, I believe that the janitor was actually the most enlightened monk in the monastery. The one who understood that to give up yourself and serve others is the way to true enlightenment. And he would teach these lessons not by speaking, but by simply doing it. That's why they were secret.
Makes sense. All right. Well, then let's move over to this. So we're going to move over to our swamp,
Yeah,
Which-
we've already got a heavy fog.
which is a place where the air is thick is as thick as the mud, and apparently it is thick with fog.
Yeah.
So let's do some aesthetics here.
If no one else has anything they're really loving, I love the idea of a capricious spirit offering to help in the swamp.
Ooh. So there's like a local spirit that just kind of really it's constantly trying to be helpful.
Yeah. Well, or saying that it's trying to be helpful.
Yeah. And then I need help saying Jason's name again.
Cerastes.
Cerastes. Okay. Do you have a folklore in mind?
Ooh.
I got one.
If you've got
Okay.
one, go for it.
So, the swamp is well known for the medley of spirits, not just the one capricious spirit. And there's one that is a roaming tree that whispers lies about enlightenment and spreads deceit about the monastery. But there's also one that offers boons of knowledge. And the trick is knowing which tree you're talking to.
Oh. Interesting. And treacherous.
Or... Cool. I dig it. So then from there.
So the way that we do this one, guys, is when we find the tree, we ask him what the other tree would tell us to do.
And the port here is a gateway through which the whole world opens to you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but it is a hot air balloon port, not a dock, not a boat dock.
Yeah.
You were looking at that?
No, that's I like that, and like it's not like barges or boats, but like dirigibles that bring you into this place. And
Matt, do you want to pick something for the aesthetic elements of the port?
I actually I had a folklore in mind.
Okay.
Well, give us that folklore here.
So for our hot air balloons, it might be interesting if like there's a specific process that you have to kind of be skilled in to get out, like the port tries to keep you trapped down with our swamp, and that there's just kind of like a known way of getting out of that, but you kind of have to be with someone who's learned how to do that.
Okay.
No, I hear it. So like there's a specific like path or way of getting out of like the swamp in the balloon, like getting above the tree line.
Yeah, like 4 people can't just grab a hot air balloon and get out. It won't work. Like
you got to actually work at it.
There's a special route or a special trick to get the spirits off your back or something like that.
Yeah. Special knowledge needed to balloon out of swamp. And you know what? I kind of want to add for another aesthetic element to this port is just it is full of just all those balloons captains who are just like, I captain a balloon and I know what's what and who's how, and I'm so cool because of that.
All right. So it's a gathering place for people who've traveled a lot and want to tell you about it.
Yes, and they're really smug about that.
All right.
Cool. colors on these. All right, so I'm assuming we've just come in on a balloon.
Okay.
Yep.
Probably some kind of barge balloon.
Yeah.
You know, the larger size dirigible.
So Cerestes, you know,
Yeah.
we've been on the road for 2-3 months. I don't remember. All I know is I missed the last holiday. That's how long we've been out here. And why did you have us come out here again? Because this swamp is kind of creepy, and I don't want to miss the holiday.
Well, the holiday's not good. Holiday ain't coming for a few months yet. But I believe the reason we're here is someone has some cheese to deliver.
Well, I don't exactly know if my friend still lives around here. But if he doesn't, I'm hoping to find someone who knows where he's gone. I've had this cheese for him for a number of years now. And it's the type of cheese that gets better with age. So as you can imagine, it gets harder and harder to keep old Ston here from eating it.
Ston is one of your bumbles, right?
Ston is the one that I usually ride, but at this moment I'm leading him. Yeah, he's the big one. At this time, if we've just landed, this being a large dirigible, my herd will have been in the back cargo compartment, and I will be leading them down a ramp right now to disembark.
Oh. So, where should we start?
I think right now I'll be coming out from one of the back rooms just kind of like wiping my mouth off like I just ate something maybe I shouldn't have, and I walk up to Bo and I'm just like, what's going on? Are we here? What are we doing? Where are we going? What's next? Like as if Bo has all the answers.
Well, I need to find out if my friend Bun Bun still lives anywhere near here.
Okay.
I was in this swamp many years ago, and I believe we have to take one of the local boats from the monastery in order to reach his home.
Okay. So, I'm going to get a token by describing a tiny moment of beauty. So as Bo and his flock exit the dirigible, I stop. I jump off the boat and I spread my arms out and I take a deep breath, like, how we've wandered to such a great place. And as I point, I see a great tall like obelisk piercing the ground as like there's always construction and scaffolding adding on to the top of the obelisk because every year it sinks down, and you can see like a small little path out of the swamp as there's constantly like rock being imported somewhere to build the obelisk monastery, and you see these very like droopy willows with lots of vines and green foliage, and there's that smell of just dank stank. There's just like, it's just kind of musty. It's kind of warm, and it's like Florida, but like smellier Florida. So yeah, and I was like, yeah, this place will be fun.
Yeah. Well, do we want to go hit up the monastery and ask there if they know if Bun Bun is still around?
Yeah, let's just keep walking. And I just start walking ahead. I don't know. I don't even check if you guys are ready.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and mount up on Ston. Cole, it can be dangerous here in the swamps. You wouldn't want to get stuck. Why don't you hop up here and ride with me? I'm gonna pat behind me where you can sit on Ston.
Yeah, so I'll allow Bo to just kind of like pick me up from my neck, and just put me on Stomp behind him.
I will actually do it with my shepherd's crook
Oh.
and put you. So wherever Ston goes with me on his back, the rest of the herd follows.
That makes sense. So they're going to follow us through the docks to the monastery area.
Yeah.
Like, are we seeing this as like a wooden monastery or like a stone monastery?
I described a stone obelisk piercing the ground.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
I thought
monastery.
That might
Okay.
be the monastery. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So yeah, let's make our way towards that.
All right.
So are these bumbles like, are some of them maybe small enough to like flicker in between like my hands, or maybe Evie might be like that small so that I can just like have something to play with while we're journeying to the monastery?
Yeah, Evie, I imagine is like trying to get your attention, like just kind of like right in your face, trying to get you to pull your sword out and like play warrior or something with him or with her, and you're like standing on. Yeah, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, just having some playful time with Evie's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Every so often, Ston missteps and has to replant a foot because of Flip, the little baby bumble, constantly getting underneath of him, trying to get to Cole, who loves to play with her.
Flip and Evie, the two most troublemakers, especially paired.
Yeah.
Cole.
Sounds appropriate. So,
Okay, I have an idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to make an NPC.
Yeah.
So, before you see a very tall gazelle with very long antlers, and she calls out to Bo and says, "Oh, Bo, how have you been? It has been a long time." And she stands with a very proper elegance and nature to her.
Is this Bun Bun?
No,
No,
it
this
is
someone else.
Matilda.
Matilda. Okay.
It's a very gazelle-like name, Matilda.
Oh,
I
good.
will say, is that Matilda? I have not seen you since I was, well, younger.
Yeah, what?
I would like to sort of sidle Ston up to her and do the thing that all horned or antlered creatures do when they greet each other, which is just bump horns.
Yeah. Well, now that greetings are taking place, who are your friends? I don't know why she has a more masculine voice now, but she does.
Oh, well, this is Ston, and down there, that is Flip. And over there, the very shiny one is Snarg. This one with the two heads is Want.
Cole's gonna tap Bo on the shoulder and just be like, "She means us. She means us."
I'm getting to you. This is Cole, Weevil, and Cerastes over there, and this is what is the firefly's name again? Evie. This is Evie.
Well, my name is Matilda. And now that proper greetings have happened, why don't you come in for tea? You look weary from travel.
I'm going to look a little bit uncomfortable.
Cerastes is going to kind of wind through Staun's legs and up to Matilda and ask, "But how do you know Bo?"
Ah, yes. As he said, he was here many years ago when he was less older. And that's where he met his friend, which I see he's procured the cheese we ordered that was back ordered for many, many years now. Unfortunately, the friend in question is missing. He's on but a pilgrimage into the forest, communing with the spirits.
Into the swamp.
Yes.
It can be both.
Well,
So, why don't you come in and enjoy some tea and biscuits and jam and butter and the crumpets and muffins and tarts while you wait? He should be back in maybe 2 seasons.
I'm going to earn a token by speaking my true feelings on a subject, but only to Cerastes.
yep.
I'm going to just whisper it to you. They make a tea here out of the roots of those purple shrubberies that you see everywhere. It is bitter and disgusting, but you have to pretend that you like it or they will be offended.
Well, bitter suits me.
Ah, yes. I know that, my friend.
So,
Yeah, let's have some tea.
very well. Matilda claps, and some other servants are produced. They're wearing all green robes, as that is the color of initiates, and they come take all the bags and help, and they actually give you all new shoes. That's actually customary to have shoes for your guests.
Two things. One, just so I am clear, this initiates at the monastery.
Yes.
Okay. And two, I don't know if I can really I don't know how well I'll be able to accept those. I mean, I can accept those shoes, but I can't really do a lot with those shoes.
So she's well prepared, and you know those like bamboo things they use to roll sushi. She produces like 6 of them to segment and put on portions of you. I have successfully invented snake shoes. Everyone, you're welcome.
I'm trying to imagine how I would actually move in those without just moving out of them.
Extremely comfortably.
No, I don't think it would be very comfortable at all. But you know what? I don't want to be rude. I want to make sure our first impression here is a good one. So, despite the inconvenience, I will wear them. And by that, I mean I also want a token for it.
Okay, come inside.
Done. All right.
I want to make sure that my shoes are far too large for me. Like when you see a toddler like wearing their parents' shoes, like I'm talking like massively ill proportioned.
In contrast to your cape, your cloak.
Right. Yeah. In contrast to my too small cloaks, so these shoes, I'm just kind of stomping around like this.
And my shoes are the same size as yours, which makes them much, much too small.
Okay, that's good stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. You'll grow into them. I'm sure you're growing otter. Okay.
I'm
Does
going to
anyone want to
say
take?
something to Cole now. Cole, it is a peculiarity of swamp people that they choose to give you the opportunity to be polite by being accidentally unhelpful. They will do this a lot. It only means that they like you and want you to feel welcome.
I understand. I actually thought about doing some dishes just randomly for fun and also for a token. So I find my way to the kitchen and just start doing some dishes.
All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to being Weevil for a moment,
Okay.
which means someone else can become this NPC. Fun, loose, like free flowing thing of the system. You
Yeah.
can play any character, pretty much. Um, and Weevil has matching gloves and boots now. And the Firefly Eevee, sorry, and instead of like going to sit at the table, she always knows where to find the better party. The better party. So she and like goes past the parlor, past the dining room, and goes all the way up the stairs, and it's zooming up the obelisk, and like all the way up into the scriptorium, and Weevil has to follow because who knows what type of mischief Eevee's going to get into on their own. They've disappeared from the table.
I will notice that Weevil is missing, but not say anything.
Okay. Yeah, so back to Matilda,
Yes,
unless someone
Matilda.
else wants to be other.
I feel that Bo still needs to speak to Matilda, so if someone else wants to embody her.
So Matilda starts putting a kettle on, gets some of her moss and some of her leaves, mortar and pestles them, grinds them up so that they're all like good fine powder, gets them going, and she turns to Bo and asks, "So what other plans do you have here?"
Well, Want, the special Bumble that I introduced you to with the two heads, will soon lay eggs. And I have heard that the young Bumbles will have a better chance of growing strong if we allow them to hatch here in the swamp.
That's true. That's true. But you're looking for space in our Bumble kennels.
Well, the herd is relatively well behaved. I do not mind free ranging them if there is a safe area. I had hoped to ask Bun Bun about this.
Well, we do have a paddock, she replies, that you could keep them in. But Bun is still not here, obviously.
You said before that Bun Bun is missing. Did you simply mean that he was away, or that he ought to be back by now?
She looks she has an intake of breath and she looks pensive. He should have been back a week ago.
Does anyone know where exactly he went for his meditation?
All we know is that he He entered the swamp looking to commute with the spirits.
I see. Perhaps we will have to find him.
So as all this conversation is going on and Matilda's trying to make the tea, Cole is doing the dishes, and every time she picks up something to like try to make the tea, he just kind of like takes it from her, like almost immediately, so that he can do the dishes. And he's just kind of like side-eyeing Matilda, just like I'm working here, like I'm actually doing something. So no tea has actually been made, but like Matilda's been so involved in the conversation with Bo that like she hasn't noticed that like she's been preparing for so long and there actually hasn't been any progression on that.
Well, she's been preparing, but she keeps repeating steps in her preparation.
Yeah.
Because like she'll grind up the ingredients, set them down to pick up something else, and you'll pick that up and wash it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing. So yeah.
Cole, can you do me a favor and go scrub off Stone's feet?
Sure, I can.
I'll take over the dishes, Cole.
Appear to do that.
Yeah, I know you won't do it. I just want you to stop doing this. I know you're going to go out there and find Flip and go start a fire in a beehive or something, but...
Okay. Yeah, Weevil had chased Evie.
What are you up to?
Yeah, I chased Evie all up and down the monastery, causing all types of ruckus, like I'm chasing. I'm running into rooms. I'm like doors are flying open, and like I'm bumping into scribes, like knocking bookcases over. I run into some acolyte holding some of their favorite purple tea, and they're wearing all white, and they throw up the dish, the tea falls all over them, staining their clothes, and dropping the china, and it's glass everywhere now. And then Evie jumps or flies out a window, and I haphazardly jump out after her, conveniently landing in a cart of hay underneath, knowing
Assassin's
and now
Creed.
that I make my way out of the hay, I see that Evie has found Flip, and they're just buzzing. So you have zzz and they're kind of spinning around each other, trying to plot and scheme.
Which they're not great at without Cole there because they don't actually speak.
Yes. They just make excited sounds at each other.
So while I'm out, scrubbing some bumble feet, I start to get this uneasy feeling, and as I look up, and I just see a bunch of these lesser monks just kind of staring, and I'm used to being stared at, but this seems to be maybe not sinister, but creepy, and it's giving me a weird vibe. So I'm gonna go back into Bo and just try to get his attention so that I can discuss it, I guess, a little bit with Bo and Cerastes. I'm not sure.
When you come back, all of the dishes are cleaned and dried and put away already. The thing that you were doing for 20 minutes, I finished up in 2 minutes.
Well, it would have been easier if somebody didn't keep making the dishes dirty.
Right, the tea is now set out and done.
So I don't know if the conversation with Matilda was going to go anywhere else, but I'm just going to try to get Bo's attention so that I can talk about how uneasy I felt.
Okay, are you going to do it politely by saying excuse me and stopping our conversation, or are you going to just whisper secrets to me and tug on my sleeve? What's going on?
So I would say more of like the tug on the sleeve, but like I'm kind of like I want to go talk, so that there's not as many eyes. So I don't know if there's a. I guess I would find a corner or like a secret place.
What did you say, Jason?
Some sort of cloister.
Yeah, a cloister. Yeah.
I will excuse us. Excuse us, Matilda. I believe that Cole has something that requires my attention. We will come back to enjoy the tea in a moment. Thank you.
Bo, have you started your tea yet?
I have been holding it, and I've been like lifting it, but I haven't actually been tilting it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will rewarm it for you when you come back.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay, so Cole, let's step outside and maybe around the side of the building so there's nobody right by us.
So I was trying to get you to bring your tea with you so you could just say you finished it while we were gone, but
That would be dishonest, Cole.
I'm giving you an out. So I was cleaning all these bumble feet, and the monks were just kind of.
I'm not saying
I was
that.
cleaning.
The monks were.
I was cleaning. I had not cleaned. I was cleaning. So they were just kind of creepily staring at me, and I'm just getting this weird feeling here. First your friend is missing, and then he should be back soon, and then they don't know where he is, and it's just giving me this weird vibe, and I'm not sure if there's anything that we should do about it, or even where else we should go. But I'm just getting an odd feeling being here, not necessarily from your friend, but just.
Is it fair to say we're right next to a cart full of hay that maybe Weevil just landed in? Like you landed in it right before we came around the corner and you've just been listening to us?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Cole, you are one who wants to see adventures and mysteries everywhere. People are looking at you because you're an outsider. They don't mean any harm. They just want to know what we're doing here. They probably don't see herds of bumbles that often.
At this point, I want to flip out of the cart. I go, hey guys!
Hello, Weevil.
So we've been here about half an hour. Let's go into the swamp and find your friend, because I'm already bored of this place.
Well, keep your voice down. You wouldn't want to offend anyone. Where is Cerastes right now, by the way? Is he still drinking tea?
Cerastes is actually back in with Matilda enjoying his tea.
Okay. So, Bo is going to say firmly and authoritatively to Weevil and Cole that we must go in and drink the tea.
But it tastes so bad.
Weevil, as I explained to Cole, the culture of these people is to give us the opportunity to be polite by pretending that we enjoy the things that they do for us. If we do not pretend to enjoy it, then we will have failed at accepting their hospitality.
Okay, but I'm going to be grumpy about it afterwards.
Well, that is fine.
Stomp
we will be
it.
off in the swamp looking for Bun Bun by then.
I should probably write down Bun Bun's name. I've forgotten it at least 3 times.
I literally made it up by looking at the picture that has a bunny in it. I mean, it's on the screen right now.
Oh.
So.
It's so weird because he's a lion.
Yeah, he is a lion. All right, so we go in, and I will sit down and drink the tea.
Well, when you come back in, Matilda and Cerastes are deep in conversation.
Okay.
Cerastes is complimenting her on her tea craft. and just kind of talking her up a bit, because
right.
he does really like the tea, and he's kind of flirty.
I will take over Matilda at this point then.
This tea is lovely, madam.
Oh, I'm so glad that you like it. We make it for all of our visitors because it can only be made from the special shrubberies that grow only here in this swamp. It cannot be acquired anywhere else.
Those must be some fine shrubberies.
Oh, indeed
And
they
this
are.
It is bitter like life, but it warms my heart.
I have never heard it described that way, but I am so glad you enjoy it.
I do. Thank you, madam.
She's very
Cole
pleased.
takes a sip of the tea,
Okay.
spits it out back into the cup, and then as he looks at the disapproving gaze of Matilda, he slowly starts drinking it again, just with sadness on his face.
Sarasti's comment turns to Cole and says, "Don't worry, child. You'll get used to it the more years you have under your belt."
So Weevil does a tongue dip, and just like so just please, and then I crack out like a very and I try to drink it all in one gulp.
Jeez.
I go, it was delicious.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it as well, Weevil.
Yeah. And I find some sweets, because they were biscuits and stuff, right? And I smear just so much jam and butter on it that it's mostly jam and butter. I'm ruining this, aren't I? That perfect. I could not impose and ask for seconds.
Oh, do you like the biscuits? We make them out of the bone meal of the crocodiles when they wash up on the shore of the swamp.
And I grab a napkin, oh, wow. Oh, and I fold the napkin and I put it into my overalls. I was like, wow, what deep culture you have here.
And Bo will smirk at Matilda, drain the bottom of his cup, and say, "I told them that you would be upset unless they finished all of the tea."
Matilda laughs. Your sense of humor is always good, even if it is so dry.
Indeed. Bone meal in the biscuits was an excellent joke, Matilda.
Wait, so
No.
was something wrong with the biscuits?
No, child. They're made with flour. Who would make biscuits out of bone meal?
That would just be a pile of bone meal.
It would honestly be kind of gross.
Well, either way, I don't think I'm very hungry anymore. Thank you for having me for tea. I'm gonna go tend to the mumbles. It is my turn for chores. I run outside.
Okay,
I'm going to excuse myself with Weevil, not to go tend to the Bumbles because I'm not interested in that at all, but just to leave and do something fun.
Matilda will say to Bo and Cerastes, "As soon as you have rested from your journey sufficiently, I am happy to take you over to Bun Bun's house and show you which direction he went."
Well, are we feeling tired right now?
No.
Or, do we want to just move on to Bun Bun's house?
Bo is sufficiently rested at this point. He's not ready to sleep. He just sat down and drank some tea, and he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Cerastes asks, well, why don't we just head over there now? Get things in motion.
Very well. So Matilda will lead us out to a little, not a port, but a little dock that goes out into the watery part of the swamp that has just a little rowboat that we can all get into. And I guess Bo will leave the Bumbles in the care of the monastery for the time being. They don't require much. They can just hang out where I leave them for the most part. Except for Flip. I'm definitely bringing Flip. Flip's only about this big right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something that is unique to the Firefly, and I'm gonna notice the time of day, and it is golden hour. So there's the light is like piercing the canopy. Well, I don't know if there's really a canopy in a swamp, but it's piercing the tree line and it making the water shimmer a nice bright color. So we have a lot of light, but not very much time.
As Bo and Cerastes exit the building, you guys determined that I found that outside there's monks that kind of like stand guard, and they're kind of like those British can't speak, can't smile, can't move, but I'm just like poking them with my wooden sword and just kind of like whacking them on the foot. And as you guys come out, I'm going to get a token by speaking my true feelings on a subject, and I'm going to say, "This place sucks. Can we go?"
While you are saying that, I already have my shepherd's crook around you, pulling you away from the monks that you are harassing and towards the boat. And I will. No, never mind. That's all.
No, okay. So, well, if you take this boat and just row up the river, I'm Matilda now, for about 20 minutes with the current, you will arrive at Bun Bun's cottage on the right. From there, he wandered the path until he found the spirits.
Did anyone go with him?
Absolutely not. That goes against the spirit of the pilgrimage.
Well, it does not sound safe. Although I suppose he has lived in this swamp all his life. One would expect he would know how to get back on his own, but dangers can befall anyone.
Well, I will see you in the morning.
Very well.
Return with Bun Bun.
We will
She gives an
do our best.
antler goodbye.
Click. All right. I guess I will, being large and having arms, I will get into the boat and start rowing.
Cerastes will be the last one into the boat,
Okay.
part because he wants to make sure the younger members of our group get in the boat, in part because he's not super keen on the water, and as he gets into the boat, he mutters to himself, "I have a bad feeling about this."
Well, I had a bad feeling about that place, and you guys told me to stick it, so I'm going to take my sword and splash you with some swamp water.
I recall very firmly asking you not to stick your sword in things.
Well, guys, let's get on the road. We don't have much
Yep.
daylight left. And I stand at like the end of the boat, holding my staff with my lantern on it, and Evie's in it, like jittering inside, going zzz, 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 indicating which way we need to go.
Okay. Well, I will row until we find the cottage on the right, 20 minutes ahead.
So we make it 20 minutes through the muck and sludge and mud of this swamp.
Yeah.
Are we going deeper into the swamp? So maybe
Yeah.
darker trees are looming over more.
Yeah, we're going to where only the locals go. Like the port and the monastery are kind of the touristy place in this area, but we're going into where it's just people who live their lives here and they don't care about the port. And they only go to the monastery when they need to. So we're back in the real lived-in part of the swamp now.
Okay. I want to spend a token. And I naturally swiped a couple of biscuits. And then I'm going to hold the biscuits and I'm going to whisper, "Dear water spirits, please don't hurt us. We're friends, not food." And I throw all the biscuits into the river. That is to what was that? Keep someone safe from the difficulties of the world. So the water will be nice to us.
That's good thinking. What kind of house do we see Bun Bun living in? Because right now I'm picturing kind of one of them stilt houses.
Yeah.
Like stilts.
Yeah, exactly. I was picturing something similar. Like the back end of the house is on solid ground, but the front end is over the water and on stilts.
Okay.
Can we say that it has like a water wheel on the side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Bun Bun is a miller.
Yeah. Hey, do you want a hand getting us on dock, Bo? I mean, I don't want you to slip and fall. Getting up to the dock, I should say.
Well, unlike Weevil and Cole, when I stand up, like the dock is already shoulder height to me, so I can just kind of go up onto it. And by the way, the 20-minute journey only took 15 minutes with Bo rowing.
Yeah, wow.
Which is good for us that you knew where we were going. Otherwise, we would have gone right past it.
Yeah. Well, I've been to Bun Bun's house before. It was years ago, but I remember the wheel.
Okay.
Bun Bun the lion.
Bun Bun the lion. Anyone want to chip in? I'm about to do something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to get out by climbing up the water wheel, but like the wrong side of it. So.
So you're just really slow, like going up the backwards side of an escalator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cerastes is going to very happily slither up one of the stilts, slither over to the water wheel, lean down, grab Cole by the back of his, not by the scruff of his neck, but the back of his collar, and pull him up the rest of the way.
How do you grab things? You have arms?
No, I use my mouth.
Okay. No fangs then.
No, there are fangs there, but I'm not using them.
Okay.
I'm choosing to dead weight so that it's not easy.
Are you wearing the snake shoes?
No, I took those off the moment we got in this boat and got out of sight of the monastery.
I have brought up Flip with me, and I'm patting her on the head while I watch the rest of you try to get up here.
How big is it? I thought it was like a I don't know, rat-sized.
It's more like a small dog or a cat.
Okay.
I think Bumbles are born probably pretty small. I think maybe even like the size of very small bugs in huge clutches of eggs, but they grow quickly until they're sometimes as big as stone. But I think
Yeah.
even the adults are in a wide variety of sizes.
Okay. Cool. Um, so as the guide and Firefly, um, I'm gonna say, okay, guys, let's keep walking. Evie knows that Bum Bun was last seen that way. I point in a random direction,
Okay.
seemingly random direction.
How does Evie know this?
Well, Evie, ever since I was little, she always was there, and she always knew how to take me to what I wanted to see. One time I accidentally walked into the back room of a bank. There was lots of money there. They didn't let me keep it. Another time when I was pretty hungry, I found myself in a kitchen with the best food. It had like Michelin star, whatever that is. I don't know. I couldn't eat the star though.
I'm going to say to Cerastes, can I teach you something that someone once taught me?
That depends on if I can learn it. Teach away.
When someone tells you something they are proud of their good friend for, it is best to listen and to believe them. Weevil says that Evie can find things. I don't believe that Weevil has any reason to wander off into the swamp at random unless he really believes that Evie can find things. Evie is his good friend, and there is no cause for him to lie. We should just listen.
There's
Just
logic in what you say.
What was that, Cerastes?
I said there's logic in what you say.
All right. You get a token for listening to that and learning. That's one of my abilities. If you agree to listen to me and learn what I have to say, then you get a token. What were you going to say a second ago, Weevil?
Yeah. So as Evie starts to pull off ahead, she pulls really close to the ground and does a very a zzz, just very much like she's shaking off pixie dust, and it reveals this this sparkly blue mist on the ground, and as she flies you see a trail. Yeah, that's what she's doing. And you go, watch your step, it's actually kind of slippery where the dust lands. And as I march proudly in the front.
I will walk over the trail, but my feet, my stance is so broad that I do not actually step on it. My feet are on either side of it.
Cerastes is waiting for Cole to follow.
Cole has no intention of doing so, so he's just gonna make his way behind you guys at his own pace. But he's not, he's not following you. He's just looking at shiny things and running around.
Cerastes is trying to bring up the rear, at least in part because his gait sort of dilutes and mushes around the dusts, the glowing dust.
I will come back actually when I notice that Cole is hanging back yet again. It is in my fatherly nature to look behind me and make sure everyone's keeping up. So I'm gonna come back and lean my head down in the manner that I do when I want Cole to climb up and ride on the antlers. So if you don't climb on, I'm going to gently but firmly scoop you on to my head with my horns.
Well, I'll climb on, but it won't be comfortable for you.
No, I know. I don't like this. I don't like doing it, but I don't want you to sink into the swamp or run off and get lost or anything. In fact, I'm going to take a token for inconveniencing myself to help someone else.
You know what? I'm going to take a token for inconveniencing myself to help someone else too.
Yeah, we both hate this. We both hate this. All right, so off we stomp into the muck and mire.
I'm going to pull up something as someone, if they want to describe what we're doing. Be awesome.
Well, we are.
Steve,
Yeah.
or Bo. As well, you know what? No, Weevil. As we're moving through this swamp, you're following Evie's trail, and a small acorn-sized glow whips in front of you and starts basically just, hey there, mister. What are you looking for? What you in here for?
We are looking for our great friend Bun Bun.
Bun Bun. I don't know that one.
Sure you do. He's a big lion, so cunning and cheerful.
Oh,
you would hear him laugh for miles.
I do know that one. Yeah, I remember him. He passed through here like, what, a couple weeks ago?
That sounds like him. In fact, we have this great big cheese wheel for him.
Ooh, cheese. It doesn't actually do it, but you can feel the sense of the spirit rubbing its hands together. Ooh, that's some good stuff. Cheese.
What's your name?
My name is Pawn.
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 That's a funny name.
Well, I'm a funny guy.
But you're a wisp. Not a guy.
You goofy big people. I'm a lot of things.
Well, there's more fun in numbers. So why don't you travel with us and we can have some more fun?
I like fun. Where are you going?
To Bun Bun, silly.
Really? But
I am going to spend a token here.
yep.
What did you say the wisp was named? Pawn?
Pawn. P-O-N.
Pawn. I am going to reveal something hidden about Pawn, and you will have to tell me what it is. Bo is going to walk up and just look at this wisp in a very fatherly, not threatening, but authoritative sort of tone of face, and just say, Pawn, there is something you know about Bun Bun that you are not telling us.
Well, I hadn't gotten to it yet. I was just introducing myself, and I got so caught up in that. But yeah, Bun Bun's in with the trees.
I'm looking around at all the trees that are everywhere.
No, silly, not these trees. The trees.
What, pray tell, are the trees?
Well, the trees are, they're trees, and they wander the swamp, and they tell you what they know if you can find them.
see. Do you know how to find them? And can you show us?
Of course I can find them. It's easy. You just go this, just follow me. And Pawn just literally just like takes off into the swamp. Not on the path, just I mean it looks like the like deeper water, just boop, that way.
Guys, I am afraid that we have lost Pawn.
It's okay. We have Evie. Evie's taking us there.
Very well. We will continue to follow Evie. It is 10 o'clock, so we should take our break. We're halfway through. I don't really feel like taking a break, but I know if we don't, someone will need to very soon. So we will be back in 10 minutes. It's actually 9:57 by my clock, so 9:58. We'll be back in 10 minutes, roughly, more or less, and we'll see everyone then. Thank you for watching. Welcome back. I think we're a couple minutes over. There we go. I think we are a couple minutes over time, but that's only because it's because we were talking about how much we were enjoying the game. That's why we're late. We should have talked about it on stream. But yeah, we were just saying that we really enjoy how low pressure this game is, and the fact that while we have set ourselves up a goal, we can achieve it at any time we want. And so this is really just about role-playing the characters that we've brought to the table here, which is really cool. And not something you're going to get in any game that has a game master who sets out a problem for you and requires certain things of you in order to solve it. We're all doing this together, so it makes it much more low pressure.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
What's going on here?
Guest star Sarah.
Guest
Hello.
star Sarah. She came to take away the candies. I wasn't going to eat any more anyway. I don't eat on the stream. The cat.
I don't think the
Cat is here. Anyway, we left off following the trail of Evie into the swamp. We've lost Pawn, who seemed to believe that we could follow her over the water. Her, him, I don't know. Pawn, them.
Her sounds good.
At some point, we may see Pawn again. I don't know.
Yeah. So,
Weevil, about how long do you like out of character? About how long do you think this path, the following Evie, is going to take us?
okay, well, I can answer that question by telling you how long it has been. So Evie has been following on all fours, like just walking behind, or Weevil has been walking behind Evie on all fours for about 45 minutes now. And as the fact that you guys don't necessarily know Evie all that well, they have had to use her abilities in this capacity, it feels like kind of a long time, and that Weevil's kind of blindly trusting her or their friend, and Weevil has no indication of how long this ever should take. I'm just eagerly and resolutely marching along behind my friend, full trusting, full send, like not questioning a thing. So
has the sun set yet?
yes, it is dark, and actually the only light, unless you guys have light sources of your own, the only light you see is Evie and the luminescent pixie trail that is left.
I have dark vision. I actually do not have dark vision. I have whatever sheep have vision.
I mean, technically, I can sense heat.
Yeah.
I can smell things with my tongue.
That's
I
probably
can
useful.
see underwater, so
But can you see under this dirty swamp water? Probably not that
I can
well.
see that it's dirty. So I can see underwater, and I can see that it's dirty.
Okay. So yeah, the sun has gone down. The heavy fog that the swamps, the unnamed swamps, are known for,
Yeah, the
starts
swamp
to
fog.
what?
The swamp fog.
Yeah.
Yeah, the swamp fog rolls in as you start to hear chittering and other feral animals of the night. You hear an owl. You hear barks like wind and causing branches to like bristle, and you hear, "Why are you here?"
I will look in the. Can I tell what direction that voice is coming from?
It's in the direction you guys are walking, so it's kind of dead ahead of you.
Okay, I'm gonna look straight ahead and say, "We seek a lost friend." And I guess Cole is also looking straight ahead since he's on my head.
The path, like, is going, and it's like kind of wide to where like we could walk, all four of us shoulder to shoulder, even like with Bo's like bigger frame. And then randomly in the middle of the path, there is an evergreen tree. Yes.
Yeah. That's different. I think.
Hello.
And why are you here?
We seek a lion. His name is Bun Bun, and I have cheese for him.
Cheese. You bring that vile substance into my domain. Do you bring gifts?
What sort of gift does a tree like?
Any mindful guest would know not to ask that.
I bring you a gift. Sorry, I'm laughing at the cat. The tree is lactose intolerant. I bring you a gift of knowledge.
I have lived many generations in the swamps. I hear many whispers. What could you possibly give me? Or should I say, us?
Knowledge of that which is beyond the swamp. I have seen lands of high mountains where the snow is so deep that even you would be half buried. I have seen lands of rolling grass where all of the water is beneath the ground and one can walk without getting one's feet wet. I have seen lands that border the oceans where the water is blue and undisturbed by trees or plants of any kind. But you cannot drink it because it is salty. I have seen many lands that you have not seen because I, though young, am not a tree and am free to move between lands.
You hear another voice. Yeah, I don't like him. He just made a lot of assumptions about what we can and cannot do as trees. He also acts like he knows it all. I'm much more interested in his other friends.
What do you trees wish to know?
We ask for offerings, not for knowledge. We like money. Money, 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 money.
Oh, I'm going to spend a token to provide a solution for an aspect of a material or immediate problem. And I am going to pull out a big bag of money.
Well, brother, the whole point of us being all-knowing, ancient, wise tree guardians is to make it hard for the wandering folk. That's why we have the lion.
I'm going to.
Pay. Oh.
I'm still holding out the money, but when he says that's why we have the lion, I'm going to look at that tree and say, I came seeking a lion. I offer you this gift of money in exchange for allowing me to leave with my friend.
What? Talking about that crazy old coot Bun Bun?
Yes, Bun Bun. He lives not far from here, and we came to seek him, for he is missing.
Yeah, not gonna happen. He is here on his own accord. And that mean gazelle lady gave us lots of money.
Bun Bun is here on his own accord, you say?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that, but he wants to be here, and he's meditating for like 10 seasons, so he ain't coming back anytime soon.
I'm going to look at Cerastes and just share a look and try to read your thoughts about the situation.
Oh, I mean, if trees were biteable.
So I'm going to look at the tree that has the raspy voice and talks too fast. And I'm going to say, will you answer me a question truthfully to the best of your ability?
Nope, I'm a dirty liar. You're going to want to talk to the old coot over there. You feel like some shaking.
I will then turn to the other tree. I was going to try and trick you into telling me which of you is to be believed. But as this one has just said that it is not him, I will take his word for it. Is our friend Bun Bun indeed here of his own accord?
As far as I'm concerned, yes, we did not ask him. He just came here and sat down and has not moved for some time.
We need nothing of you except to show us where he is, please, so that we may speak with him.
Would any of the other players like to be a tree for a moment? Well, you bury that bag of gold over there, and I might migrate in a direction.
I guess I'll take over the less abrasive tree. Are they both evergreens?
You've only seen one of the trees, and
Okay.
I have not described the raspy tree.
Okay, so I'll take over the nicer tree, I guess he is, and I'll give Cole and Cerastes a chance to jump in. Bo's gonna take a breather.
So while Bo's taking a breather, as soon as it was mentioned that Bun Bun was here on his own accord and that Matilda got a lot of money, or gave a lot of money, Cole just starts beating Bo on the head, just on the top of the head. And he's like, I told you, there was something weird. And jumps down off of Bo, and is just like stomping on the ground and like pointing at these trees. So he's gonna ask the less raspy tree how Bun Bun came to be in the exact place where he is of his own accord.
Well, we didn't bring him here. He was just here when we found him. He's been sitting there with all of those ropes around himself.
So you know what? I think I could, at this point, know something I'm not supposed to really know.
Okay.
Or at least I'm kind of going to play it like that. Cerastes is looking around, and through his very high and sharp rattlesnake senses, he's able to sense this large, warm body right there. Like you might not be able to see it because of the dark.
Yeah.
But it's over the water a little bit on this little like island, and says, hey, "Who's that?"
Well, that is Bun Bun, your friend. The lion with the ropes.
Hey, Cole, are you holding your sword?
Like I'm always holding it, but yeah.
You're like bearing your sword.
Are you brandishing it?
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, like I'm always just like I'm fidgety, right? So I'm always just like waving it around, even if it's at nothing. But yeah, I am kind of waving it back and forth.
Okay. The tree that I'm playing goes, whoa, 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 whoa there, tough guy. Where'd you get that? Is that Paulus? What'd you do to Paulus? Get out of here. Go get your friend. We don't want no trouble. We're sorry. Leave the gold if you want, but just don't do that to us.
Bo is going to take Flip, put him on the ground, and then take Cole and put him on top of Flip and point over where Cerastes pointed and say, Go see if our friend is there and come back quickly. And Flip, being a bumble of a certain size, is going to just water beetle out onto the ocean, onto the water there, and zoom across to the island with Cole on her back.
As that happens, I scream out back to you, I don't know what he looks like.
He's a lion!
So I'm looking for a lion.
Yeah.
As I get past the trees, as I like get around where they are, aside from the fact that I'm jostling all over the place, like my sword is just gallivanting everywhere amidst the chaos, and I'd like to think that I just kind of like knock a single bristle off the evergreen, not on purpose, but just as the happenstance of the chaos around me. So does that have any effect on the evergreen?
Ah! He struck me, brother!
I am going to say, I think that the author intended me to say this about the Bumbles, but I will say it about Cole. He's friendly. Don't fret. He just gets enthusiastic. He will not harm you. I doubt he is capable of it.
He just did. He drew bristle. Look. As like the little pine is falling to the ground, even though they wouldn't do this.
I am going to You know what? I'm going to get my token back by taking out. I've already given away my gold, I guess. But I am going to take out a little strip of cloth, and I'm going to bandage where the needles were knocked off the tree. And I'm going to call that leaving an offering for a small or forgotten god. This tree spirit.
So, sorry. So, Cerestes, who are these bozos? That's Weevil asking you.
They're tree spirits. They're unknowable. They're trees. Who knows what goes on in your head when your head is made of wood?
Bo is going to chuckle softly at that comment and say, "They're not unknowable. It's just that we don't know these. We met them only minutes ago. Were we to spend time with them, we would know them. The same as anyone."
Well, I'm just gonna speak my true feelings on a subject, and I say, I think the one with the loud, low voice is irritating. He hasn't actually been of any help. He's just been dodging all of our questions.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask Cole what he finds out there on the water.
So out on the water, I do find something wrapped in ropes, but I can't quite make out what it is. There's a lot of swampy material around it, so I'm just going to start trying to make my way through that without trying to damage them, whatever it is. There is like a rumbling moan, but there's not a whole lot of movement from the pile of stuff.
Would anyone like to become Bun Bun? If not, I will do it.
Oh, the mucky pile in front of you starts turning this way and that. Its voice is muffled as if there's a gag in its mouth.
Cole removes the sword from his mouth.
Oh, thanks for getting that out of there. Oh, what a horrible time. Who are you?
My name is Cole, and I'm just a fun-loving otter, just hanging out with some friends of mine, and these trees. Do you want to hang out?
Oh, those trees. Incessant with their talking. Child, can you help untie me?
Yeah, it's going to take some time. I'm not super good with knots, but I do have this wooden sword, so we'll see if I can do anything with it. It's not very sharp, but...
Flip is already chewing through ropes.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Flip.
You're on Flip. All right. So yeah, Flip will get through one of the sort of primary ropes that is restraining Bun Bun, and he starts to get loose and struggles to a sitting position. He says, "You said your name is Cole?"
Yeah, Cole like the rock, which is literally where my name is from.
You smell like cheese.
Well, that may be because I cut some earlier, but I don't have any cheese on my person, I think you might be looking for my friend Bo. He does have some cheese, and we've been looking for you kind of this whole entire time. We came here specifically to look for you and to get some cheese. And is that something shiny behind you? Is that shiny, or is that just glistening? I can't tell. I'm going to look. And he just kind of like buries his face in Bun Bun's mane.
It's a frog, which proceeds to hop away as soon as you shove your face at it.
However, behind the frog, you find some peculiarly shaped gemstones. A variety of colors. Just in his mane.
Loot.
So I am going to take those gemstones, and then I'm going to yell back to the rest of the group. Do you guys want to see something cool?
What is it, Cole?
So I'm gonna hold up these gemstones, and I'm gonna be like, these things. They're shiny and they're different colors, and I think they're awesome. But I can't tell if there's anything like extra neat about them.
I cannot see you from here, Cole. Have you found Bun Bun?
I found Bun Bun, but more importantly, I did find these gemstones.
Can you and Bun Bun get back to us safely?
No, he's still tied up. But let me throw these rocks at you. I don't know what you're so like worried about, Bun, but we found Bun Bun. Now I found these gemstones. I need you to focus, Bo. And I take one of the gemstones and I just throw it as hard as I can, which is just hard enough to get to you.
All right.
Just hard enough.
So I'm just going to stand there, peering out into the darkness for all I'm worth, when a little gemstone just beans me right between the eyes and falls down. And I make no move to try and catch it or pick it up. I'm just like, Bun Bun, I have an idea. And I'm going to reach onto my back and take hold of the giant wheel of cheese that has been there for years. And I'm going to pick it off my back, still in its wax enclosure, place it on the water, and push it out just a little bit to see if it floats. And then I'm going to stand on the giant wheel of cheese, get a stick, and start pushing myself out towards Bun Bun. So, Cole, are you staying with Bun Bun, or are you trying to come back with Flip?
So Flip is still chewing through some of the more knotty leg components of the rope, but Bun Bun has started to untie himself as well. And I'm just staring up at these trees, wondering why they've stopped talking to us and what we're going to do about them, since they appear to be mean. I'm concerned with their meanness. Also, Weevil.
Yeah.
Did Bo show you any of those gems? They're awesome. Have you seen them?
Is one of them green?
There is a green one.
Can I have that one?
Yeah. So I'll throw the green one at Weevil.
Yeah, Evie catches it and puts it right into her little nest cage lantern as like a little memento.
And now it emits green light.
Ooh, it's a green lantern.
Ooh.
Guys, we've achieved DC.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to talking to the trees. And I would like to provide a solution to the immediate problem by producing some seeds. And I say, I can bring you a friend. Just like how I've always had my friend Evie. What if I give you guys a new friend so you guys aren't so lonely with just each other? You know, I get how kind of miserable that can be. You know, being trapped with another the same entity for eons and eons at a time. I can only imagine.
How old do you
So-
think we are?
I don't know. How many rings do I see?
You can't see rings unless you murder one of us, murderer!
Whoa! We don't be using the M word around here. Either way, here, I'm gonna get you guys a new friend, and what if you guys could help us get to and from the other side of the river? They're I scoop over some dirt and just like put the seed in and pull it, cover it, and I water it from my canteen.
I don't even know that guy.
But you will, and I heard mustard is pretty cool. And big personality, small seed.
What is Cerastes doing?
Cerastes has just been kind of taking this all in. I mean, everything seems pretty in hand, y'all. Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, no, I don't really have anything to add here. I'm
If you
feeling really bad about it.
if you can think of something to ruin the situation, that would be awesome.
So
well,
I'm going to go ahead and ask the trees, what their issue is with each other, because it seems like they don't even get along with each other.
Oh, I get along with him just fine.
You tried being stuck to the same long draw, like slow speaking birch that he is. I know
am
he's an
not
evergreen.
a birch. I
Yeah,
am a
but you're a real
pine.
big B word,
Uh,
and I ain't saying.
Cole's going to ask Weevil if he still has some of that first aid stuff that he mentioned in his pouch, or wrappings, or anything like that.
Yeah.
So do you have enough to wrap around the trees?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I have exactly 27 rolls of gauze, and that's it.
Okay, so I'm going to spend one of my tokens, and we're gonna tie the loud gravelly tree's mouth shut.
He's gonna
And we're
use
gonna-
all the
we're gonna-
gauze in hopes of finding its mouth somewhere.
Yeah, it's gonna work though, because I'm using a token to ease someone's pain, so I'm gonna ease the other tree's pain.
Temporarily, right?
Yeah, and even if it's for a small moment, like, this is gonna work.
I was like, that's a good idea. He kind of talks mean. He's mean.
Yeah, I noticed he was mean, and I'm gonna help you out with that. I'm gonna do something about it.
By this time, Bo has reached where Bun Bun is on his cheese boat. Notice that Cole seems to not be here anymore. Somehow Cole with Flip just got back over to the trees at some point, like the little ragamuffin that he is. But Bo will put down the stick that he's been rowing the cheese with, lean down, and just snap the last couple ropes, helping Bun Bun stand to his feet. Bun Bun, I've brought your cheese.
Well, it's a little wetter than I thought it would be, but it's lovely.
The wax is intact. Once you peel it, it will be safe. I wanted to ask you, friend, who is it that tied you up out here?
I don't even remember. One moment I'm going to bed, and the next I'm tied up out here. And it's been a minute. I'm pretty hungry for that cheese.
Well, we'd better save it until we get back safely to the land. But you may eat it then. The tree spirits implied that perhaps Matilda. They mentioned a gazelle woman, although they called her mean, which does not fit the Matilda that I have met.
I can't imagine why Matilda would do anything like this. It's just mean.
Yes, that's what the trees said. Come,
Yeah.
let us take this cheese and ride it back to the land. So, yeah, if Bun Bun will get on the cheese, then Bo will push it back. Actually, I think maybe the cheese is not big enough for both of us.
No.
So when Bun Bun sits on it, Bo will get off and put just his arms on the cheese and kick in the water to bring. Bun Bun's had it hard for a couple weeks here, so Bo will get in the water for him, and I'll get a token for that.
Yeah.
All right, so at this point, I guess we're all back together. I've brought Bun Bun over to where Cole and Weevil and Cerastes and Flip are. Tying up a tree, apparently.
Yeah, we've
Cole is
TP'd the tree successfully.
Correct, yeah. Cole is going to look through Bun Bun's pockets and stuff for some more of those gemstones, but he's going to do it sneakily, like he's just petting him and comforting him, just like softly going through his fur, feeling for any gems and just pocketing them.
You find another one.
I found more than one.
Bun Bun is going to whisper to Bo. Those things are found all over around here. He thinks they're valuable, but they're actually not.
At this point, I am going to spend a token to hand one of the gems back to Bun Bun and say, they may be worthless to you, but I love rocks so much, and I just wanted to be a part of something that was a part of you. And that's going to allow Bun Bun to connect with me on a personal level, even if it's just absolutely insane.
Weevil.
Yes.
Can your friend Evie lead us back to Bun Bun's house?
Of course. Evie always knows the way. But she's kind of tired. I think she wants to sleep. So, I'll just lead us back.
Weevil.
What? Evie's tired. Look.
Weevil, this isn't going to be like that time you got us so lost in the cornfield that we couldn't find any corn.
Look, that was a one-time thing. Well, again, I guess there was another time with, the dungeon and the big mansion. And look, come on,
and the Baron's castle.
Okay, look, I know that one was really bad, but Evie's got to rest.
And then Cerastes slithers up and says, then let her rest. Let them rest. I remember the way back. And I'd like to spend one of my tokens to provide a solution for an immediate problem we're having, which is getting back.
Okay. So you can smell our own footsteps on the way back?
Yeah, I mean, I can smell it. I also, I mean, I don't really like being all damp, but I got a decent sense of direction.
All right. Cole, you can ride on my antlers again, or horns, I guess, so you don't sink into the mud. And off we stomp to Bun Bun's house, where he lets us in and we
I
can
think
build a
Bun
fire.
Bun on the way back has been holding Cole's hand because they had that deep connection they just
That's
made.
right.
There you go. Yeah, and we'll get back to the house, and I guess Bun Bun's probably too exhausted, but Bo will build a fire in his little wood-burning stove to warm us all up. We can start drying our wet clothes and sitting down and drinking hot cocoa.
I'm going to tend to Bun Bun's wounds at the expense of my hot cocoa getting cold. I would like a token.
I am going to wait until everybody has changed into dry clothes, and since I'm only wearing a backwards baseball cap, I'm going to shake off like a dog and drench every one of you.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna curl up next to this fire that Bo has made and ask Bun Bun, was there any reason that Matilda might have left you out there?
Well, there are some rumors around the town that someone might be following one of the old religions, worshipping the tree spirits and whatnot. Sometimes they would have to sacrifice people in that way, but I don't think it could be Matilda. She makes those delicious bone meal biscuits.
Are you talking about the horse trees? The old stories of the horse trees?
Yes, the horse trees. Yes, that's right. People would ride their horses into the trees and then leave the horses there. And then over time it became fashionable to do it with people instead of horses. I never thought I'd be the horse. It is odd.
But what would they hope to get out of that?
Favor from the spirits?
Yeah, those guys seem pretty hard to please.
In point of fact, they are impossible to please. They are, however, quite harmless. Once you are used to their yammering on, you can safely ignore them.
Well, we took care of the yammering.
Yes, I noticed. That will keep one of them quiet for a while.
Well,
Anyway, thank you all for rescuing me. I can only guess how long I might have stayed tied up out there if you hadn't come looking. And Bo, this cheese is amazing.
that stuff looks like real Gouda.
You're right, Weevil. It does look good.
No, it looks like Gouda.
That's what I
You know.
said.
Would you like some, Weevil?
Absolutely. And I take the cheese and I go outside and I dip it in the river before I eat it.
Oh,
Like a raccoon does.
Okay. And when you go outside, Bun Bun is going to turn to Sarasis and say, that wheel of cheese cost me a year's wages. I don't know what he's doing.
It tastes better like this.
he's a weird one, but he's good people.
He's got soft teeth. He needs to wet it down. So Cole is gonna ask Bun Bun more about this old religion and like what would be the purpose of anybody sacrificing just to appease gods? Like why you? Why now?
Yeah, so I heard that if you gain the favor of the trees, they will take you to a place of unknown splendor.
I'm sorry,
Show
are you
you-
doing Bun Bun right now, Cody?
Yeah, do I have the... Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Is the voice all wrong?
It wasn't Weevil, so close enough.
Okay. So, yeah, they will show you untold splendor. You will see different creatures. You know, they're like big monkeys that walk on 2 feet, but they don't have a hunch, and they have almost no hair. It's quite a terrifying story. I don't know why anyone would want to see that.
Those sound like some horrifying creatures.
Yes. And they're all incredibly smelly and selfish.
Yeah. That fits.
But I heard that some of us that, would go through, they'd be worshipped like kings. You get fed on the hour at least 3 times a day. You get to run around, and people will clean up after you. And you can do anything, and people will just love you anyways.
Here is what I do not understand. If the trees were telling the truth, and it was Matilda who tied you up and brought you out into the swamp for them, why did she then point us out the direction in which we could find you?
That's a good question. Maybe we should ask her ourselves.
I have perhaps a better idea. If it was Matilda who kidnapped you, she does not yet know that we have found you and freed you. Perhaps we could go to town without you, Bun Bun, or with you hidden in the boat, and tell the leadership of the monastery of all that has transpired. Then, when we reveal you to Matilda, many will be there who can observe her reaction to seeing you alive. Perhaps it will tell us whether she is guilty.
That sounds like a marvelous plan. Except, what if it wasn't Matilda? What if it was some other gazelle practicing these dark arts?
That has crossed my mind. Are there other gazelles in this community?
I think there could be at least one other.
And what is this gazelle's name?
His name is Rhubarb.
Rhubarb?
Yeah.
Do you think it more likely to have been Rhubarb?
Yes, but I have no proof. Just the fact that there's no way Matilda could do such a heinous thing.
It is also worth noting that we have no reason to believe the trees were telling the truth in the first place. But someone tied you up.
I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. The fact of the matter is, I got my cheese, and I'm back now.
Don't forget that gem I gave you.
And I have a token of eternal friendship.
Yes, but you had that before, along with several others.
Yes, but now this one has a story.
That is why I like you, Bun Bun. Why I like you enough to travel across many lands to find your favorite cheese.
You are a good friend, and I see that you have found wonderful friends to accompany you.
Indeed. Speaking of friends, we ought to spend the night if you will allow us to share your home, and then we will return and I will check on my bumbles.
And then we can go back to the city. They have the best festivals. Please, Bo.
Yes, Weevil, we will go to the festival. All right, so at this, I think Bo's going to try and herd everyone into going to bed.
Yeah, Weevil actually, being a raccoon, does not sleep through the night and is most active.
Okay, well, that's very annoying, but Bo is used to it. Cerastes, are you going to sleep at night?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's been a long day now. It's time to sleep.
Cole's already asleep by the fire, but like barely.
Okay. Well, the sun is already down, so we all fall asleep pretty quickly except for Weevil, who I imagine falls asleep eventually because he spent all day being active. But we will wake up in the morning and then get back in the boat, I guess, and travel to town.
Yep. It's not until everyone's starting to wake up that Weevil falls asleep, and then I sleep on the boat ride back into town, and I'm groggy the whole way.
Yes. So when we get there, Bo is going to hide Bun Bun behind some bushes before anyone sees us, and just tell Bun Bun to wait there. And then I'm going to the monastery. I'll bring Flip with me, and I'm going to ask for an audience with whoever is the lead monk, whoever's in charge of the place, or whoever is the highest person I can get an audience with.
So the monks agree to your audience with the High Abbot.
Costello.
Hey, man.
For the High Abbot.
Okay. Okay, so I will greet the High Abbot with a respectful, slow bow of my giant head, and then I will look at him and say, "Brother, I wish to speak with you about events that have transpired in the swamp."
So the High Abbot is just a big, bulbous sort of frog, and he sort of rolls back a bit. And what is it? What is it exactly that you wish to speak to me of?
First,
Boy, it is.
brother, what is your name?
All I am known as is the High Abbot.
I see.
I have forsaken a name upon taking my position.
So Bo will say, "We came to your fair monastery seeking my old friend Bun Bun. I had a cheese delivery for him. When we got here, we spoke with Matilda, who told us that Bun Bun had been missing. Gone to commune with the spirits in the swamp, she said, and not returned, a week overdue. She gave us directions to his home and told us what direction to walk from his home. With the help of my good friends Firefly, we were able to find him. He was tied up and bound in the swamp. He had been there for days and would have died had we not found him. We spoke with 2 tree spirits who told us that a mean gazelle had left Bun Bun tied up in the swamp. We do not know whether these spirits spoke the truth, but Bun Bun himself told us that only 2 gazelles live in the area. Matilda, and what was the other one?
Rhubarb.
And Rhubarb. At first, we knew only of Matilda and suspected her, but why indeed would she point us towards Bun Bun if she were the one who had left him in the swamp? So now I suspect Rhubarb may be guilty. But Bun Bun cannot remember. He remembers only going to bed one night and waking up in bindings. I wanted to bring this to you, High Abbot, because I know that you are wise, and perhaps you can help us uncover who has done this to my friend.
The High Abbot leans back and strokes his many chins. This is troubling news that you bring to me. I know of this Rhubarb, but he is not part of the monastery. He is one of the local dockers.
Bun Bun spoke of an old religion, something called the horse trees. His guess was that perhaps he was left as a sacrifice for the tree spirits by someone who followed this old faith. What have you to say to this idea?
It's disturbing, but I could see some of the less savory elements amongst the balloon crews treating with ancient and dark spirits.
I'm going to spend a token to allow someone to connect with me on a personal level. I'm going to tell the High Abbot, you know, I spent some time around here many years ago when I was younger. I believe I remember you. You see, for a time I thought I might join your order. I was a novice for a few weeks, and I believe that at that time you were the cook. You made an excellent root stew.
There's only one problem. I was the janitor. Sorry, I'm trying to croak, but humans can't croak.
Bo nods slowly and smiles and says, "Ah, yes, I thought it was you. I made up that cook story to see if you would correct me or not." I know that we can trust you. I remember the person that you were then.
I have known the people of this land for a long time. And I actually met Rubar. Came in here one day in a moment of weakness after remembering his time from the war. He came and confessed his life to me. And that man may not be of the cloth, but he is a gazelle of faith. Now, I have seen small whispers of darkness in Matilda as time goes on. And especially, it is concerning that she spun a tale to account for him missing, so that no one would think to look for him, but surely did not have a satisfactory reason to dissuade you and your friends to find him.
Well, brother, we have a plan, you see. We have brought Bun Bun to town, but we have kept him hidden. Perhaps you and some of the other brothers could come down along with Matilda before we produce him and observe her reaction upon seeing him alive. Perhaps those of you who know her well will be able to tell.
In the halls of truth, no one may lie. We will go there.
You have halls of truth?
That is one of the many boons brought to us by the gods.
Cole, what are you up to while Bo is off talking to the High Abbot?
So I mean, I'm in the room listening to all this, but my jaw is just kind of like I'm finding myself a little bored with it until we find out about like halls of truth and stuff like that. So I'm pretty curious about that stuff, and I kind of want to go there. Yesterday, I kind of wish that I had spent all of my time in the halls of truth just so that I could see all the cool things there, and it's my business. I guess try to get other people to lie, because it's the hall of truth. You got to find out what its limits are. There's boundaries for everything.
Does this hat make me look fat?
Yes.
Cerastes, where are you at?
Well, while you all go up to meet with the High Abbot, Cerastes is going to go check on the Bumbles.
Okay.
So slithers on down to see what the Bumbles are up to. He doesn't really know why he's doing it, but...
When you get there, Want, the two-headed Bumble, is going to come over and poke at you incessantly in a manner that is suggestive of feed me. Got two heads coming at you like.
Yeah. Is there Bumble feed nearby? Yeah, of course there is. Yeah, I give the Bumble a little extra food treat.
Which is?
Bumble feed tuna.
They eat all kinds of stuff. They're omnivores. They're probably just tired of the lichen that grows in the swamp here.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they were given egg tarts.
That would explain the droppings. Says some random abbot walking by.
So we all assemble in an impossibly long chamber because it's an obelisk, so it's built tall, but like somehow we have seemed to like enter like some type of like extra dimension, like definitely like the TARDIS, right? Where I almost said the terrorist.
Either that or it's just built back into a hillside.
Yeah, it's not like it's hard to tell. We don't know the secrets. And like Weevil has been sleeping on like a wheelbarrow that you've been pushing everywhere. And as soon as we enter the threshold of this room, Weevil wakes up and like jolts up. Like, where are we? You know, this place seems really boring. Whoa, I did not mean to say that out loud.
So, Bo and Cerastes will have spoken previously, and Bo will have asked Cerastes to wait for a signal at the window and then bring Bun Bun into the room. So I'm going to wait and see if Matilda comes in and if there are sufficient people here to observe her reaction when Bun Bun arrives.
So Cole's taking the time to notice that while we were coming up to this Hall of Truth, that there was an entire floor of the monastery that was full of the cheese that you spent your entire time bringing here. And just floors of all kinds of different stuff. There was buckets and buckets of those gemstones that we found earlier on Bun Bun on one entire floor. There was a floor of cheese. There's a floor where people were just sitting on pillows. I don't know what they were doing, but they were sitting on pillows. Yeah, there were people painting on an entire floor. What I imagine was those creatures that were described earlier by Bun Bun, except some of them were incredibly hairy for being described as not hairy creatures. So I'm just blurting all this out as we get to the Hall of Truth. Like, did you guys see that? Did you guys see that?
Yes,
did you see all those gems?
Bo is going to say to Cole, the cheese is not important because of what type of cheese it is. What matters is that it has gone on a journey.
Oh, but my gem was insignificant to you people. My goodness. Why am I even here?
It's only your gem because Bun Bun allowed you to keep it.
Oh, he allowed me to keep a lot of them.
I'm aware. We will talk of that later.
I've started to name them.
So the place is filling up as the abbots are gathering here for their weekly, what do you call it, assembly that they have. And Matilda is among them. So Bo will walk over to the window, pull out a red handkerchief, and wave it out the window.
Matt, would you like to be Matilda?
I think I'll pass for right now.
That sounds good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Seeing the handkerchief out the window, Cerastes will lead Bun Bun up to the Hall of Truth.
Okay.
As we are all here today, and that our new guests have returned after a night in the forest, unable to find Bun Bun, it must be safe to assume we have lost a dear member of our community today.
Doors slam open. Bun Bun comes walking in.
This member of your community?
Hello, everyone.
What? What? But you're not supposed to.
The abbots are all staring expectantly at Matilda, waiting for her to finish her sentence in some way that makes her not horrible.
You are supposed to be dead. Based off
The High Abbot will step up behind Matilda on the dais and reach over to the back where he opens kind of the backstage door and lets in a few law officers from the town. Says, "Officers, I believe that Matilda should be taken into custody now."
No, no. Wrong voice. No, no. You don't understand. We could be worshipped like gods. You can't take me.
It is a well thing that our order is sworn to non-violence, or I would slap the teeth out of your mouth.
You have no idea of the life you are giving up.
I gave up all of those matters when I swore my oath, as did you.
Well, I think that the order's stupid, and that's Matilda sharing her true feelings on the matter and deserves a token.
I don't know if Matilda can have a token, but okay.
Cole says, "I agree, Matilda."
There you go.
Also, when the soldiers, like the officers, came into the room, Cole recognized the two that he was like poking and like hitting their feet earlier, and he stupidly thought that they were coming after him.
Right.
So he just kind of starts backing up, just to be like out of sight until he realizes like, oh yeah, we talked about this. This was the plan. This is how we were going to do this.
Bo is going to actually talk to the High Abbot again. If someone wants to take over the High Abbot, Bo's going to say, "You have arrested her only on the accusation of wild tree spirits from the swamp. Can you keep her in jail based on that minor confession she spit out just now?"
Well, yes.
Okay. And then Bo is going to turn to Cole and Weevil and Cerastes and say, "I think we should move on from this town."
Yeah, Evie isn't excited about this room. She hates it a lot.
Bun Bun, you be safe living here.
Why, yes, of course. I will now greet all the guests and serve better tea. One made of honey and cinnamon.
You should check out that room full of pillows also. It looks pretty comfortable.
I guess. Once I earn my stripes, as it were.
Does anyone have any last things to do before we get back on an airship and book passage to our next destination?
I'm going to spend a token to tell the table something important about the place that we're in. But because I'm kind of stupid, I'm just going to be like, guys, in this room, you cannot lie. I've tried it. Matilda tried it. A bunch of people tried it. You can't lie in here.
Whoa, that's so cool. Is that why I said something very rude earlier?
I didn't think it was rude at all. I thought it was like true. So I just assumed we were all talking.
Well, I'm super excited for the festival. I heard that the honeydew in the city is divine this time of year. Okay. Follow me. Let's go. And I like skitter down the hall.
That's
Out.
right. I forgot that I promised Weasel we would go to the festival. We'd better do it for a day before we get out of here.
Cool.
Cerastes, I'm gonna get you a funnel cake when we're at the festival, because I see that you're kind of like grumpy and bummed out about being around so many people having a good time.
Yeah. No, that's appreciated. I'm sorry. I just wish I had more energy for this sort of thing.
Oh, it's
So-
all right.
So many people.
Well, we'll
Is
be
there
moving
a
on.
Hall of Mirrors at the festival? Is there a Hall of Mirrors?
Yeah, but
'Cause-
they're really dirty. It doesn't work very well.
Probably dirty because I'm in there. So like, I just want to run looking at every mirror, just like oh. So I'm like touching all of them and trying to find my way out, but also just admiring my otterish good looks.
I'm gonna play the game where you throw a ball and try to knock over the milk jugs, and you're not supposed to be able to because they're all glued together. Only I'm gonna throw the ball so hard that the whole assemblage of milk jugs just goes thunk. And then
Not just the
then
milk
I'll
jugs though, like the entire
yeah, the back of the
display,
booth,
everything.
yeah.
That's the whole table they're on.
Yeah, the booth falls over.
Yeah.
If you were behind it, if you were behind that tent, the whole thing would just come through the back of the tent. Like, surprise.
So then I'll win the big platter of honey cakes, and we'll all just eat honey cakes until it's time to go.
Yay!
Good.
We win.
Yay.
But also I'll help the carny rebuild his booth.
So it sounds like we're wrapping up.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
That was
No.
a good for a game we were very not sure about at the beginning. This was cool. I liked it a lot. I thank you for bringing this one to our attention, Jason.
Thank y'all for playing it with me.
Yeah,
Thanks.
this is
Thanks
cool.
for having us on the show, Steve, as
Yeah.
usual.
Of course, guys. I want to say we have had a little bit of trouble casting so far. We haven't failed to cast a show, but I'm going to take a week off. Next Monday, we will not do this stream, and instead, I will be putting together a calendar of upcoming games, and people can sign up for them in advance. This show is designed to have a rotating cast. Cody and Jason have been, well, Jason's been in every episode. Cody's been in the last 4, 5 now, and Matt twice in a row. So you guys are welcome, of course, to be in as many as you like. But you guys were almost the only people volunteering for tonight. So we're going to change up how we do this so we don't scramble for people every week, and we'll have a schedule built out in advance. I have some things. If you are watching and you're interested in playing, come by our Discord. There's a link below. But I have Dungeon Crawl Classics, which I'll probably want to do a 3 or 4 episode series of. I've got the Conan RPG from Odysseus. I've got Morkborg, which is like the doom metal RPG of the end of the world. I've got Star Trek Adventures. I've got a few things over there. At some point, we'll have Brian Crenshaw on, and he'll run Survive the Night. He was supposed to do that a couple weeks ago, but he moved and didn't have internet at his new place, reliable internet. So we'll vote on all those games, and people can sign up in advance, and then we will hopefully have this running a little more smoothly in the future. So thank you guys for playing. It was awesome to craft this story with you, and thank you everyone for watching.
Awesome.
And thank you to those in the chat also. I see Joker's Chosen in there. Fallorn Grimm, I think, has been with us for most of the show. Trappy Jenkins, Brithen, and of course you guys. 2 people with matching screen names.
Yeah, those are my longtime friends. They're a cute couple. They like to be
they're
annoying.
together. I was thinking they probably were. Otherwise, it'd be a weird coincidence.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
saw Cole was in the
Ken?
chat.
Hey, it's Kenny.
yeah.
All right.
I knew that name sounded familiar. You need to get a tattoo.
What is that? Is that a character of his from the old days or something?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. I gotta get going, Steve. So
All right.
fantastic night. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you guys for playing this with me.
All right.
Thanks for having
Yes.
me.
Thank you for bringing it to us. This was great. It was not hard. I thought it would be hard, but it wasn't. Yeah. See you guys next time.
Mm-hmm.
Bye bye.